referees will make their way towards the halfway mark as well and do their final checks also. Of course, we are at the home of Stirling, Macedonia tonight, as Southwest Phoenix looks to complete a men's and women's night series double this weekend following last night's men's success. But standing in their way are UWA and Netherlands, who will no doubt be looking to avenge a 3-2 loss to the Firebirds down at Hay Park in 2020. The referee this evening will be Libby Caldwell, and she'll be assisted by Shivani Battaglia and Rhiannon Beer on the touchline. Diana Reeves is the fourth official who completes our all-female refereeing team. I touched on the all-women's refereeing team as well before. Great to see Jess Bird, who was a familiar name with the whistle last season, officiating her first W League game the other day as an assistant in the Perth Glory and Melbourne City match. So a big congratulations to Jess, and isn't it wonderful to see plenty of young women progressing in football, not just on the playing side. So the substitutes make their way to the benches, just about set to get underway here. State League Night Series action getting us off and running for a pair of women's matches tonight. It's live and it will be underway very shortly on the Football West YouTube channel and Facebook pages this evening. Southwest Phoenix kicking from the right to the left of your stream, wearing their predominantly yellow shirt and black shorts. UWA Netherlands in their all-green kit with the yellow numbers. Tommy Dolman here with you on the call, and joining me tonight in the commentary position is Football West NTC goalkeeper, or formerly now, Miranda Templeman. Miranda, thanks for joining me on the mic tonight for what is shaping up to be an exciting evening of women's football.
Yeah, no worries, Tommy. Excited to be here and see two great games to showcase women's football here in WA.
Excited to see some of the State League girls in action tonight?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's not a league that I've watched too much, but very excited to see the quality shine through, and there's a lot of young players on the park today.
So Phoenix are on the attack here. It was Lucy Scott's ball early, which was a good one. Moving into the area is Lara Graham, who tries to jink her way through a tackle, but it was Leanne Kane who was really solid with the sliding defence. Bright signs early here for the Southwest Phoenix, who are known as the Firebirds. Now UWA are off to the races here through Bridget Morgan, who makes her way into the area. The cross is towards the back post, and it's a little bit too far ahead of Danielle Terry, who was arriving late. Terry will still be able to keep the ball alive over on that far side. She'll look back for Jacqueline Gastra. And UWA will just try and retain a little bit of possession, but bright signs for both teams here early on in this game, Miranda.
Yeah, definitely, and I think, as I was saying before, there's a lot of young players on this park, especially for the Southwest Phoenix team, and it's great to see them showing what they can do, and hopefully a bright game for both sides here.
Passing that one out from goal was Nicole Sussy, who was on the radio with you yesterday, Miranda. She was actually the Women's State League Division 1 Golden Boot winner last season, but is now playing in between the sticks in season 2021.
Yeah, she was saying she's been a reserve keeper for a long time, you know, if the keeper gets sent off or gets injured. So she's transitioned into that position now, and hopefully she'll have a great game today.
Here's Sussy again, spreading play wide to Carrie Caffrey, one of the new youngsters at the club in season 21. Searching ball down the line is a little bit too heavy there for Graham, and out that goes for a throw-in. Just the one meeting between these two teams in season 2020. That one was down at Hay Park down in Bunbury. It was a win for the Southwest Phoenix, who of course won the league. That one was by 3-2 with the aforementioned Sussy, Savannah Alston and Shauna Weatherall getting on the score sheet. And Erin Armstrong and Jessica Pillar are scoring in that game for University, who are not in the starting lineup tonight, as an error from the Southwest defence allows UWA to fire off a shot. It was Emily Dinsdale who had a crack from range and just couldn't quite find the target. Switch the play here for Dinsdale again. Turnover though, a little cheap in midfield as Pendergast and Scott link up looking for the run of Allstorn. And now University will try and come away again. Kiastra looking back to her offensive partner, clearance up the line. The header was missed. It may yet work out for Danielle Terry, who's been bright in these early stages down the left-hand side, and the ball comes back forward looking for Dinsdale, who's looking to make a little bit of a nuisance of herself, but a little bit too strong. So Nicole Sussy back in goal this season for Southwest Pheonix this season. Miranda, it's obviously a position you're very familiar with. What are the challenges that she may face this coming season with the step back into goal, having been such a prolific forward?
Yeah, well, I guess the thing that works in her favour is that she's got such good skills with her feet, so that's more and more a part of the goalkeeping, a modern goalkeeper. So that's going to work in her favour, I guess. Just the lack of game experience is probably something that will work against her, but, you know, the more games she gets under her belt between the sticks, the better she'll be.
Here's Prendergast looking to turn just inside the UWA Netherlands half. Annalise Gibo will just look up the line. She was looking for Allstorn. The last touch was off the number 4 there, Alicia Anstis. Pheonix will have an opportunity to stay on the front foot for the time being. The last touch there was off Anstis, and that may well be a corner if it goes out, and it does, and we'll have the first corner of the evening. So Pheonix will have the first set piece. It'll be Prendergast who'll put in an in-swinger. 4 Firebirds players in the penalty area. Prendergast's ball is aimed towards the 6-yard line. It was opted to punch, and then it's bundled in to the back of the net on the 6-yard line. I think it was Lucy Scott who managed to turn home from close range. Breakthrough goal here for the Southwest Pheonix, who were the league winners last season, and they're off and running again in season 2021.
Number 11, Lucy Scott.
And all sorts of problems caused there by that quality delivery, Miranda.
Yeah, definitely. Knows the spot to put it. Just dropped it right on the keeper's head and made it really difficult for her to deal with. And, you know, Lucy Scott jogging on the spot to finish that one up.
Yeah, it was an excellent set piece there from Prendergast. Goalkeeper there, Tori Carter, wasn't sure whether to catch or punch, and in the end it was eventually at the feet of Scott, who managed to turn and strike and put into the back of the net. So an early breakthrough for the Southwest Pheonix here. Of course, the men won their state league, their amateur night series final last night by 3-1 over North Perth United. So a big weekend for the club, and good to see Southwest having some teams in these competitions and trying to build their way back up towards the top tiers. It's really good for these regions to become strong, isn't it, Miranda? There's a lot of talent down in that part of WA.
Yeah, definitely, and it's great for act as a pathway for these young players. As I say, such a young squad for Southwest Pheonix, a lot of them involved in either TSP or NTC programs.
Scott was looking dangerous again there as she tried to poke the pass through for Lara Graham. There's Terry trying to swing back in board. Prendergast will intercept. Prendergast in the red boots, who's been very lively so far. Obviously with that quality delivery early in the game, which led to the first goal. Morgan tries to make something happen in midfield. Ball is swung out wide left here, looking for Allsthorn, who's tenacious in the tackle and winning it really well back to Cashiamella. And now Carrie Caffrey again over on that right-hand side, who just tried to poke ahead to her teammate Graham there, but they ran out of real estate there. A really encouraging start here for the Pheonix Miranda, who, as you touched on before, have got plenty of good players, and the energy is there to see at this stage of the game.
Yeah, I think Laura Graham's definitely one to watch out of. She's been part of the NTC program for the last couple of years, making the long drive up a lot of the time, and she's really talented left footer, and she's only 15 years of age, as a lot of the girls are around that age. So it'll be very exciting to see what she can bring to the team here.
Long ball forward there was gathered comfortably by Sutty, who, as we touched on before, won the Golden Boot with 25 goals last season. She actually opened the season at state league level with 4 goals against Gosnells in round 1, so there'll be a change for her this coming season, as that one should roll all the way through to Carter, who'll get us restarted again with a goal kick, and UWA looking to play out from the back. It was a dangerous ball with Scott lurking, and Pheonix turn it over, and they'll come forward on the attack again as Prendergast turns and looks back here for Weatherall. Pass looking for Scott was a little off the mark, and then an error at the back there for the Pheonix, and UWA will come forward here through Bridget Morgan. She's all on her own at the moment, so has to turn back and wait for the support, which arrives now from Terry. And now advancing again is Alexandra Lyons, and with the searching ball there, I think it was looking for Terry, but through it went to Sussy, who's looking for that early release once more for Lucy Scott, who's continuing to pose problems for the UWA defence with her pace. And then an error at the back again from University, and into the area they go again. Scott is going to arrive onto this. It was a great save from the goalkeeper there, Tori Carter, who stuck out a glove and diverted it behind for a corner. Yeah,
brilliant goalkeeping there. Dive forward, relied on her instincts and reflexes, and yeah, brilliant save.
Such a strong mitt there.
Yeah, those ones because they easily go backwards into the goal, but she's strong hand there to parry it forward and out.
That's Miranda Templeman. My name's Tommy Dolman. Good goalkeeping there, and Carter comes in again, and unfortunately this one's gone all the way through, and yet again another wicked Prendergast delivery goes all the way in on this occasion, and the Southwest Pheonix double their lead. 2-0 over UWA Nedlands.
Goal for the Pheonix scored by number 6, Kyanna Prendergast. Score is now Southwest Pheonix 2, UWA Nedlands 0.
So 2 to the good here, Southwest Pheonix. Another dangerous Prendergast delivery going into that 6-yard area, and this time Carter was deceived, and into the back of the net it went.
Yeah, such a dangerous ball, whipping it in right on the keeper's head and make him make a decision, but they'll be looking to capture that and capitalise on it during the game, so UWA won't be looking to concede too many corners for the rest of the game, I'm thinking.
Prendergast, another player from the local area down in the southwest, having stepped up from the development squad. As Lyons looks to help it forward to Terry, chasing back here. It's Cassidy Quantill, and UWA are able to play out on this occasion, trying to play the right way out from the back, but Pheonix's pressing has been really impressive so far, and here's another good example as Allsthorn looks to get away, but intercepting there was Lyons. And now Dinsdale turning around the corner. UWA trying to get something working here. It's good football on the halfway line as Dinsdale advances with the ball. She's got player to her left here, the number 14, who looks to try and help it in the area. That was Helene Williams, who scored that hat-trick against Perth AFC in the semi-final last weekend. A hat-trick in that 6-3 win. Been a very impressive pre-season from both teams, actually. Both teams winning 3 from 3 in the adjusted group stage format of this competition. UWA Netherlands scoring 19 and conceding just 3. The Pheonix scoring only 11, conceding just the 1 as well. So they're going to be hard to break through, and both teams getting to this final this evening with 3-goal wins. We touched on Helene Williams' hat-trick a moment ago. Bridget Morgan with a double, and Monique Saunders, who's not in the team today, with the other. Lucy Scott with 2 in the semi-final as well, making it 3 and 2 in the finals of this competition as Dinsdale looks to get a head of steam up again. Danielle Terry's in a little bit of space on this left-hand side, but the pass was just a little bit behind her, and unlucky there for UWA, who've shown signs, but that final ball not quite on the money just yet, Miranda.
Yeah, definitely. I think that with Southwest Pheonix pressing, it does leave them a bit exposed at the back, and their front three have been having some good combination players and looking dangerous on the counter.
Sussy plays out. Looking for Mella, who advances with the ball. To her left is Annalise Guibo, who will win the throw-in off Dinsdale. Dinsdale, who made just the 3 state league appearances last season for University, but scored 12 goals in 13 at amateur level, previously of Wembley Downs, and she's shown a bit of a lively streak down this right-hand side in the opening stages. But it's that pressing from the Pheonix which has really stood out to me so far. Miranda, how have you seen the opening stages of this game, with the Pheonix currently leading by 2-0?
Yeah, I think Pheonix definitely deserve their lead, but that's not to say that UWA haven't been involved in the game and had their own chances. And I think the thing that Southwest Pheonix, as well as their set pieces, which is obviously where their 2 goals have come from, is, as you say, that pressing, always looking on to be on the front foot and looking dangerous to win the ball in the front half and create chances from that.
So Southwest Pheonix 2, UWA Netherlands 0. Goals from Lucy Scott and Kay Prendergast in the early stages here, and that's how it stayed. A couple of bright moments from UWA on the counter-attack, but so far the pressing from the Firebirds has been really good, although on this occasion University win the ball back. The slide rule pass was looking for Dinsdale, and the clearance was made. It's a touch by Mella, one of the co-vice captains at the club, who made 16 appearances in 2020. Here's Williams, trying to make something happen. It was good defending from Riches, and Pheonix emerged with the ball once more. Driving midfield run here, a very strong one from Shauna Weatherall, and the ball looks like a pretty good one from here, but just a little bit too much power on that pass.
Yeah, good combination play there from the Pheonix, just to get out of the back half and then create that opportunity down the left wing.
Great to see both sides not afraid to play the ball out from the back. It looks as though we're going to have an early change here for UWA Netherlands. Well, coming on there is Jessica Pillera, wearing the number 5. It looks as though Danielle Terry has departed. She's currently taking a long route back behind the goal to the left of your stream. Seems to be running back okay, so I'm not sure if it's a injury-related issue. Nevertheless, Pelleru has slotted in on that left-hand side, which was vacated by Terry. And immediately she's in the action, but concedes the corner. Pelleru with 13 appearances in 2020 and 6 goals. Actually started the year with 4 goals in her first 4 games, so she'll be looking to come on and make an impact here.
Yeah, for sure. Always looking to make an impact off the bench, and hopefully they can get this corner out, and they've learnt from their mistakes in the last couple. But yeah, interesting to see how she goes.
So another dead ball examination for Netherlands. The delivery is on the money again. The header was up in the air from Weatherall, and this time it sails wide of the target.
Yeah, that different delivery there with the outswinging ball, not as dangerous and difficult for the goalkeeper, but still great delivery, and just unlucky to that one sails past the post.
Pelleru tries to keep the ball alive. Last touch was off a Pheonix defender. I think it was Caffrey over on that far side, the fullback. Looks like a 4-3-3 for the Pheonix this afternoon. A similar formation seems for UWA as well. A little bit of flexibility in that midfield, no real tactical change despite the early substitution. Pelleru tries to get the shot off. Suddy has to backpedal there. Oh, goodness me. What an introduction that would have been from Pelleru. She had Sussy backpedaling and almost a wonder goal there.
Yeah, you can see she has that eye for goal, and had Nick Suddy caught out a bit, she was scrambling, but I think she had it covered and just sailed past that post.
Long raking pass forward will give something for Scott and Graham to chase, but Carter was off her line promptly and commanding the penalty area really well. Riches, Weatherall, Sussy will look up and play back to Shauna Weatherall, who captain for the second year in a row last season. Forward comes Mellor. Ball looking to try and pick out a target. It hit Anstis, but it will remain with the Pheonix. And now the impressive Graham will try and jink her way through, but bit off a little bit more than she could chew in terms of trying to take on her opponents. But then the Pheonix come back forward. Slide rule ball was a good one here for Graham, who is back using those tricky feet again and winning the corner, and another out-swinging set piece for them to deal with here. Double change coming here for the UWA Netherlands side. Erin Armstrong and Rebecca Dudek coming on. Coming off there is Anstis and Jacqueline Kiastra there, I think, as the ball comes in, and then it's fumbled and then bundled in by Shauna Weatherall for a third.
Another great delivery there from the set piece.
Yeah, Prendergast's crossing has been on the money so far this evening. It's essentially 3 set-piece goals, and it's a 3-0 lead for Southwest Pheonix here.
causing the keeper a lot of trouble, just dropping it right on her head. And it's the highs and lows of being a goalkeeper. You can make a brilliant save 1 second, and then the corner, make a misjudgment, and it's all downhill from there. But hopefully she'll recover well as she did the first time and keep her head in the game.
So Southwest Pheonix have come out firing here this afternoon. UWA will turn to the bench once more. Rebecca Scocchio, who enters the field this time. UWA rotating heavily here in these early stages. Dinsdale played forward. It was cut out there by Mellor. And now the ball forward here is looking for Olsthorne, who's one-on-one here with the chasing Greenwell. Olsthorne with the left-footed cross delivered into the area. Scott is lurking. Lovely turn from Lucy Scott, and the shot was straight at the goalkeeper there, Tori Carter, in the right place at the near post there to deny the striker a second goal.
Yeah, great positioning, great handling there. Got all the fundamentals right, and that's why she's able to pull off such a, makes it look easy save, but a lot of thought that goes behind that.
Tell us a little bit about that, Miranda. Is it just simply about moving across your line and trying to not necessarily guess where the ball is going to go, but in terms of getting your angles right?
Yeah, it's definitely about your angles. I think you've got to be constantly moving and aware of the player's body position and how they're shaping to shoot up, so you can kind of cover one side if they're shaping up to shoot that way, but it's a lot of thinking behind that process, is trying to read the player, and as she took that touch inside, she just shuffled her feet across and came down the line a bit and positioned herself perfectly to make it what looked like a simple save.
Yeah, and it didn't look like there was any crossing opportunity on, so that also possibly helps that you're fairly sure the shot is going to come in, so...
Yeah, and when you've got the defender there covering, that also changes your perception of it a little bit, and making sure that you use them to your advantage, and if they're covering one half of the goal, you slightly alter your position.
Gibbo was working hard in defence there. She was helped out by Mellor, and now Sussy will look up and pick out Sutton. A Sutty and a Sutton at the back for the Pheonix this evening, and now University will try and intercept and break down that move, and doing a really good job to win that throw over on the far side was Leanne Kane. It's 13 appearances last season in the State League Division 1 competition, apologies. Dudek links up with Pillera. Dinsdale was open on this far side, but it was Erin Armstrong who opted to turn the other way. Now Pillera with the slide rule ball. It's a releasing one that looks pretty good, and giving chase there was Dudek with a lot of enthusiasm, and the ball just got away from her in the end.
Yeah, brilliant ball and great vision there, but yeah, just as good goalkeeping on the front foot and off her line promptly to make that save.
Rebecca Dudek, a player who a lot of followers of the women's game here in the West will be familiar with. Played at Curtin University last season in their inaugural MPLW campaign. Previously 8 years at Northern Redbacks, and a real leader on the pitch. She won multiple titles in the league and cup competitions.
Yeah, coming from a club like Redbacks, which is so established in the women's game here in WA, she'll definitely bring a lot of great experience to this UWA side.
Former State League rep in futsal as well, so her experience will be invaluable to this UWA side as they try to close the gap on Pheonix from last season. This first fourth from the last campaign as a wicked delivery comes in again. Olsthorne's at the back post, and it was put across the area looking for Scott, and clearing that away on the last line was Greenwell.
Yeah, great defending there, tracking the ball all the way in, and that can be a tricky one. If it takes one little deflection, then completely throws you off. But she followed the line of the ball brilliant there and allowed herself to make a goal line save.
Decent crowd building up here at Macedonia Park. Plenty of people to the left of us in particular. Home of Sterling Macedonia, of course. Southwest Pheonix 3, UWA 0. What can the UWA do here? It was Dinsdale's cross, and Dudek makes an almost immediate impact off the bench, and UWA have pulled one back here. Great delivery from the lively Dinsdale, and UWA back in this game.
UWA Netherlands goal scored by number 17, Rebecca Dudek. Phoenix now lead by 3 goals to 1.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with the ability of both teams to switch the play here, moving the team and then breaking it down that wing when they have shifted the team to the other side. So that's where that opportunity came from.
Great ball from Dinsdale, wasn't it, Miranda? She's been really lively down this right-hand side and has been one of the standouts on the pitch for me so far.
Yeah,
in this
definitely.
game.
Just put it into that danger area and made the keeper make a decision and ended up bundling into the back of the net.
So meanwhile, while that goal was scored, we had a couple of changes for Southwest Pheonix. It was Savannah Alsthorne who came off and Sally Howden-Woodland who came on. So Howden-Woodland is a forward. And also coming off just then, a moment or so ago, was Prendergast. And on her place is Ava Richards. As Scott looks to turn on the edge of the area, ball forward there. Cleared away by Kane. And now the UWA side have got a little bit of belief following that goal, and the pass now is released. Pillerer, who's got away on this left-hand side. Jess Pillerer just was held up well by Caffrey. Still here for University, though, and unfortunately just ran out of space on that far side, did Kane.
Yeah, it shows the other end of Southwest Phoenix's pressing. It does leave them exposed at the back, and they did have that opportunity up their front end, and then they've got a transition, and they did so well back into defence to stop that counter-attack.
And how important is it to try and keep the pitch as wide as possible when you are playing against a pressing side, Miranda?
Yeah, definitely. You've got to use the space to your advantage, and I've been very impressed with UWA trying to play out of the back despite the press, and they've done so well, and haven't had conceded too many opportunities off that press, but yeah, it is definitely looking dangerous, and it's something they've handled quite well, I think.
Caffrey's throw. Battle for possession in midfield. The last touch came off Armstrong there. 5 goals in 15 last season. All singles. And one of them actually came down in Bunbury against the Phoenix in that 3-2 game we touched on before. Another of these players who has played with Wembley Downs in the Metropolitan League. Dudek dispossessed in midfield, and then Phoenix give away a pretty cheap ball, and this may just invite UWA to charge forward once more. It was Cochio who was looking dangerous and looking to put the pressure on Southwest Pheonix, nicknamed the Firebirds, of course. Hence the double reference you may hear occasionally. Lyons looks up, tries to find Sicoccio. Running through here is Pillera, who just couldn't get her head over the ball and keep it down, but UWA taking plenty of belief in recent minutes.
Yeah, definitely looking to be more attacking, and they've had a lot of good build-up play right from the back half all the way to the front, and that's why they've got that shot on goal there.
It's amazing what a goal can do in football. Saw that early blast from Southwest Pheonix, who scored those 3 goals in quick succession. Goals scored by Lucy Scott, Kai Pendergast and Shauna Weatherall. Rebecca Dudek with the answering effort. Free kick for the Phoenix, running in behind here and giving chase. It was Lara Graham who got there before Carter, and she did a good job to win the corner. No Prendergast on the field on this occasion, so it will be Graham who goes over to take the set piece.
She's a dangerous left-footer, Graham, so she'll be looking to give that same type of delivery and in-swinger right on the keeper's head, cause them trouble.
NTC player puts this one into a dangerous spot again. Carter with the handling once again, and she gathers at the second attempt under plenty of pressure from the Phoenix attack, and good to see she's back on her feet quickly.
Part of the job here as being his goalkeeper is diving at feet, and sometimes, you know, you do get the odd boot or knee to the head, but yeah, good to see her get up quickly and recover from that.
A couple of bumps in the air as well, I can imagine, under those high balls. I'm sure you've taken a couple of those in your time.
Yeah, part of the job description.
Miranda. As Scott turns and looks for the pass. Now Graham is off to the races again. She's super quick, as we touched on before, and she will try a little bit of a flick and a trick, but that one didn't work, and Anstis will win possession. Now the impressive Dinsdale will try and make things happen down this right-hand side. Weatherall plays the safety first ball back to Sussy. Sussy's pass there looked short for a moment, but it worked out okay. The pressure was good from University, though, as they looked to get back on the attack, and then the poke forward there by Armstrong was a little wide of the mark, although the last touch was off a Southwest player. They've definitely grown as the game has moved on.
Yeah, you can feel them building up a bit of momentum, and that goal would have given them a bit of hope that they can go on and chase this game now.
That's Miranda Templeman, Football West NTC goalkeeper. My name's Tommy Dolman. State League Women's Night Series final here. Southwest Phoenix 3, UWA Netherlands 1. Balcatta FC and Murdoch University Melville FC to come later at 7:15 in the West. Perfect conditions for football. Barely a cloud in the sky, barely any breeze of note. Certainly not here in the commentary position anyway, as UWA once again win the ball back and try and spin it away through Lyons and then Armstrong, but then Graham, who's switched flanks here and come to this left-hand side where Allstorm was occupying before. Intensity's definitely improved, and there's Pillar again, who's intercepting and pressing really well, and Sussy had to be really alert off her line to clear that into touch.
Yeah, definitely on the front foot and ready to collect that through ball. The top spin of the ball just so it got away from the striker, but good goalkeeping there to be off her line and collect that.
And how important is it in this modern era of goalkeeping, Miranda? And gone are the days where the goalkeeper would stand in the 6-yard box only. You've really got to command your area and be able to play out from the back and read those situations, haven't you?
Oh, 100%, especially if you want to play in a high-pressing environment and game style, as the Firebirds have been doing today. You've got to be off your line and covering that space that they're leaving in behind so that you're not leaving yourself vulnerable of that ball over the top.
Well, they've certainly got the right person in between the sticks in Nicole Sussy, who's got plenty of experience. As we touched on before, Pillera will turn and look dangerous once again, and the shot just didn't quite have the pace on it to test Sussy from distance. Pillera definitely adding something to that University front three. I shouldn't be so surprised that this game is fairly open. Southwest Pheonix did have the best attack in State League Division 1 last season, 72 goals in their 16 games. UWA Netherlands with 49 in 16. They had the second best attack in the division. And also had the best defence as well, conceding just the 11. So conceding 3, a little bit of a unique feeling for them in that sense, although they did concede 3, of course, in that semi-final against Perth AFC. Both teams capable of getting forward, though, and causing problems to the opposition defence. As the Pheonix come forward here, it was a really good piece of defending to intercept the play there by Anstis, who'd come across from full back like all good defenders do to cover the centre. And now turning here, looking to release. Dinsdale with Scocchio. Scott, little poke through here. Is a good one, and now Graham will try and surge into the area. Anstis stuck to her task though, turning into a good battle that one, and then a brilliant turn here from Lyons, who's got a little bit of space to run into. The releasing pass was a good looking one. It was just a little bit too close to Carrie Caffrey.
Yeah, the footwork in the middle of the park has been great from both teams, and it's giving their opportunities to break away from the middle of the park.
Game's starting just to open up a little bit here. Both teams feeling confident, and it certainly seems as though there'll be more goals in this one before it's over.
Yeah, I think the next goal will decide a lot, and if UWA can get one back, there's only one goal in it, and that gives them a lot of momentum going into half-time. So both teams will be looking to score before the break to give them a bit more momentum going into the second half.
So closing in on the 45-minute mark, about 3 minutes to go before the interval. UWA Netherlands on the attack. As Miranda said, that next goal could be oh so vital. Anster steps in there and does a good job to deny Graham. Dinsdale, she was cut out there by Alessia Riches. And now Guibo. Ball forward once again from Riches, looking for Lara Graham. Anstis really growing into that game on that right-hand side and relishing that battle against a pacey opponent. Riches. Back for Weatherall, who's come back onto the pitch. Miller. Ball was charged down by Lyons. It may yet break to Grace Miller. Pass was looking for the fullback, but it was cut out. Now Scocchio, time to turn around 35 yards out from goal. Scocchio still driving forward here. And Gubo was under pressure there. She knew that if she cleared up the line, she would have likely passed it straight to Dinsdale and had no choice but to put it out into touch.
Yeah, Firebirds looking to keep a bit of possession going into the break, but they've got to be careful that they don't, one error can leave them so exposed at the back, so they'll be careful not to concede here.
What can University do here? Last touch was off a Firebirds defender. So it'll be take two. Armstrong. Scocchio tries to turn away, but the touch was a little heavy, and Weatherall can leave that to go out. Final minute then before the end of the first half. As you said a moment ago, Miranda, Pheonix just looking to keep the ball here, possibly quite satisfied with their work in the first half. 3 early goals gave them that 3-0 break, but UWA have looked bright in more recent times and are showing signs that they are capable of getting back into this game.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's so important for Southwest Pheonix to keep this bit of possession and just go into the break with that 2-goal lead, so that they don't, get that shift of momentum going into the second half.
Caffrey's ball forward here to Howden Woodland, who just lost the ball there as she was trying to turn. Back defending there was Jess Pillera. And then a little bit of a miscommunication led to Miller intercepting the ball. As we tick over 45-minute mark here in the first half. Time perhaps for University to launch one final attack. Dinsdale will charge forward from Armstrong's pass. Dinsdale's cross was a little too far in front of everybody, but it will be retrieved. The back post there by Pillera. The cross is aimed in at Armstrong, who got her head to it. Pheonix will head clear and temporarily get rid of the danger. May come back though through Lyons, who helps that one forward. It's bundled away, and now Weatherall will look to try and keep a calm head, although the pressure was good from University, and Dinsdale's here in the area. She just can't quite keep it in play though, and that might just about do us for the first half here. So Miranda, how have you seen the first 45 minutes?
Yeah, I think obviously in the early minutes the Firebirds were very dominant and capitalised on those set-piece chances from the corners, but UWA have definitely come back into it in the second half of this first half here, so we'll be looking to get that goal going into the break. And
that is half-time here at Macedonia Park, the home of Stirling Macedonia. The half-time score here, Southwest Pheonix 3, UWA Netherlands 1. Goals scored in that first half, 3 of them very quickly, from Kai Prendergast, from Lucy Scott, and from Shauna Weatherall. It was an opening stages blitz from the Pheonix, who are looking to go back-to-back in terms of night series finals here over the weekend, but UWA responded as the half wore on. They improved markedly, and they got a goal back through Rebecca Dudek, which gives them a little bit of hope going into the second half, and there's been plenty of encouraging signs with Emily Dinsdale, one of the most likely down this right-hand side. Half-time here, Pheonix 1, Pheonix 3, UWA 1, back shortly with the second half. Welcome back to Macedonia Park here, northern suburbs of WA, for the second half of this State League Women's Night Series final between Southwest Pheonix and UWA Netherlands. It's the Pheonix who take a 3-1 lead into the second 45. Goals from Kay Prendergast, from Lucy Scott, from Shauna Weatherall as well. Rebecca Dudek with the goal back for UWA that gives them some life here in this second half as we're off and running. University getting us kicked off and ending that first half pretty well, actually. Miranda, what do you think they have to do a little bit more of to pull things back in this second period?
Yeah, I think definitely making the most of that countering, and when they're getting pressed heavily, they've been dealing with it well and playing out from it, but it's just that final ball through to get that opportunity on goal and then hopefully capitalise on that.
Armstrong looks forward here for Pillera, who tries to just turn that one around the corner for Armstrong, who continued to run, but the last touch was off a Pheonix defender there in Carrie Caffrey. Such a good production line of young players that do come out of this Southwest, as we touched on in the first half. A number of them very good prospects for the future, and a couple of them as well who travel up and are part with the training squads for the NTC.
Yeah, it definitely acts as a good pathway for these regional players, and you've seen some great names. Tash Rigby, captain of the Glory, as an example, is born and raised in Margaret River and has moved up, and you know, it's very important that we give these regional players opportunities. Yeah,
Jenna Onions from Albany as well, as Lucy Scott tries to make her way into the area. Lucy Scott was a half cross, half shot in the end, and it should be retrieved over on this far side by Howden Woodland, who look to just turn inside and then outside and then back inside for Weatherall, who will go back where Howden Woodland was before. Cross comes in from Weatherall. It'll go across everybody in the end, and Lara Graham just couldn't get herself in position to tap in at the back post. So start of this second half going very much like the first, with Pheonix starting with a great intensity.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was a dangerous ball into the box, and just unlucky no one got onto the end of it. But another set piece for them now, which they've been dangerous on all game.
Lara Graham on set piece duties, left-footed out swinger. This one a little disappointing though, just off the outside of the boot, and Tori Carter should be able to clear that one.
Yeah, not the contact she was looking for there, but they'll go again and press heavily here, I think.
Set pieces in particular were something that the Pheonix really benefited from in that first half. Deliveries from Prendergast in particular were on point.
Yeah, definitely. She's definitely got that delivery right on the keeper's head that's going to make it so difficult for any goalkeeper.
In open play, they've actually defended pretty well of UWA Netherlands.
They've been very impressed with both teams, and they've been really looking to play some good football out from the back.
Turnover here from University. That was a good challenge though. Stepping in was Danielle Monastra. Pass was looking out wide there for Pillera, but she just lost her balance slightly there as she tried to keep it in play. Caffrey will get us started with a throw. Dudek's header. Shouts for handball there. And paid against Bridget Morgan, who scored that brace in the semi-final last weekend. 15 appearances and just the one goal in 2020. Lyons is back defending. Howden Woodland looking to make a bit of an impact. Clearance straight up in the air from the University defender there, Cassandra Greenwell. Howden Woodland looking to make a yard, and that'll be too close to the goalkeeper there, and an easy catch for Carter.
Yeah, good pressure there again from the Firebirds, just winning the ball in that front half and getting opportunities through there.
UWA just looking to try and build something here early in this second half. That's a wonderful pass there in midfield to release Pillera there, who cuts back in on that right foot, and shot was aimed at the near post, and Sussy had her angles covered.
Yeah, an important recovery run there from Caffrey on the right back. She's gone over her head, but she's recovered well to get back and impact the player again.
Yeah, if you misjudge something, you've got to work doubly hard to get back, and all credit to Caffrey there, who did just that, as you pointed out, Miranda.
Yeah, definitely, especially from a young player such as herself. It's great to see that second action is so intense.
The initial pass there, I think it was from Leanne Kane, was absolutely brilliant there to release that run with Pillera.
Yeah, exposing that space in behind and out on the left wing is something they'll be looking to do more, I think.
Here she is again, Pillera and Caffrey, the two number 5s, going at it on this left-hand side. Pillera wins that battle, but the pass was cut out by Weatherall.
Disappointing there. There was a lot of space open on the right-hand side for them to exploit.
Miller. That's cut out there. Armstrong. Looks as though University just starting to get to grips with this second half. Certainly reacting to the early pressure a little better than they did in that first 45 minutes. And as you said at the end of that first half, Miranda, the first goal is going to be so key here. And here they come again, looking to try and get back into the game. It was a decent switch out to the right-hand side from Armstrong, looking for Terry, who's back on the pitch now. Danielle Terry will come in board. The shot was a little bit too close to Sussy, though, and it was an easy one for the experienced player to gather.
Yeah, you can see Suddy's, you're going to hear outfield experience coming into play. She's very confident with the ball at her feet and is happy to take a few touches, draw in some player, and because she knows that she has that ability to pass the ball when she's required.
Stephen Sussy, of course, the coach of the Pheonix, been part of the female setup there some time now. It was a good listen yesterday when they spoke about that dynamic as player and coach on show you were on yesterday, Miranda, as the shot comes in from long distance there by Scott and sail wide of the mark.
Yeah, definitely. I think as a husband and wife duo, they'll be looking to get a good win here today. But of course, as Nicole was saying on the radio yesterday, it's a very professional relationship that they have when they're on the park. And if she, doesn't have a great game, she knows that she'll receive the same treatment as any other player.
It's been a long journey for both Southwest sides this weekend, who have made their way up to Stirling's home ground, but so far it's looking like it's going to be a good weekend for football in the region. UWA may have something to say about that, though, and it's Danielle Terry who's off to the races here. Weatherall was coming across. Terry still going, blocked by Weatherall. Terry still tries to make half a yard, and it's Weatherall who goes to ground but makes an effective clearance, and UWA certainly not short of confidence.
Yeah, definitely, and that was great experience there from Shauna Weatherall, from their captain there, leading from the back and making a great recovery around to stop what looked
Crosses
like
for Dudek, and Dudek got her head on the ball, and Suddy was in position A to read the ball.
Yeah, great positioning there from Suddy, and just judged the flight of it. Knew she wasn't going to get there first, so just dropped back on her line and positioned herself to make that second save.
There's Helene Williams. Armstrong, Dudek. Pass here now for Morgan, who's looking to try and make half a yard. Stepping in there was Mella. And the Pheonix do figure it out. At least for the time being anyway, as University win a corner, and Southwest having to do a little bit of defending here, possibly having to weather a bit of a surge here from University, a real key part of the game, and it's Sacoccio, I think, over there, who will stand up the cross. It's aimed in at Dudek. It was Weatherall with the header, helped back across and into the area by Pillera, but unfortunately it went behind and out for a goal kick, and the Pheonix survive for the time being.
Yeah, promising few minutes there from UWA, and they'll be looking to lock it into their half now and keep some territory.
Good pressing there from Dudek to make sure that Firebirds weren't easily able to get out from defence. Flick on from Howden Woodland, clearance straight up in the air, and there's a player down behind the play here. It's Danielle Monastra, who's looks to be holding her nose.
Yeah, I think she just copped a little head knock from the player looking to flick the ball on, and hopefully she might be a victim of the blood rule here, so might have to come off. But I think this game is interchanged, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem for the coach.
Yeah, we've seen a few players rolling on and rolling off. Always handy in the pre-season when respective coaches, Steve Suddy and Lawrence Lewis, able to try a couple of things ahead of the season.
Yeah, interchange, it is a good opportunity for coaches to see different players and see them in different positions, but also one thing that they'll be looking to do is try and make not too many substitutions, because you do want to prepare your players for the upcoming season and get them used to playing in substitution format where most players will be looking to play 90 minutes every week.
Good to see Monastra back on her feet now. She is possibly dealing with a little bit of claret. Hopefully she's okay and can come back onto the pitch a little later on. Libby Caldwell there was very quick on the whistle. Obviously anything to do with the head or the face is an important thing to monitor these days.
Yeah, a lot of research coming into the game about research behind concussions and the long-term effects that can have on players. And
it's always better safe than sorry, but UWA try and make the charge. It was a good recovery from Weatherall. Pass back for Sussy. Was a little wide initially, but that cool, calm head was able to deal with that pretty comfortably, although the pass from Mellor wasn't the best. Good fighting there at the moment from the Pheonix midfield, although University able to come back here through Greenwell. Pass through was intercepted by Weatherall, and now Howden Woodland will have something to chase, but that's a little too far and a little easy for Carter to gather comfortably.
Yeah, no, concussions are definitely not something you want to mess around with here in the game, and yeah, definitely something I've had an experience with. Is not fun, but yeah, a lot of research and coaches and officials are becoming a lot more aware of it, and you've seen even in the W League there's introducing new rules around concussion protocols and regulations, which is great to see, taking care of players.
Safety first approach always wise. As Greenwell launches long upfield, Dudek tried to flick that one on. Pheonix emerge with the ball. Dudek is tenacious, showing all of that experience in midfield to win it back, but then she runs into Weatherall, who darts through and continues that run, and then the slide rule pass is an absolute beauty to release Graham, and a little bit less on that, and it would have been an opportunity for Pheonix to possibly add a fourth, and that's what University are trying to avoid here. That fourth goal may just end their chances of picking something up here, but whilst it's 3-1 and whilst UWA are in a position where they can possibly pull one back, they are still showing that they can be dangerous enough in this game, Miranda.
Yeah, it's definitely about finding that balance between you want to go and chase the game, but you can't leave yourself too vulnerable because that one extra goal could kill the game for them.
Terry on this right-hand side looks to try and make half a yard. Still going Danielle Terry. She looked very lively on the left in the first half, was interchanged early, and now she's back on over on that far side. Pullback here was looking for Morgan, and then the shot came flying in. I think it may have been Williams there who was getting that one away, but then she ran into a bit of a brick wall on the edge of the Pheonix penalty area, and now the yellow and black will come forward looking to try and make way, and it's the dangerous Lucy Scott who runs through the University defence, and then cutting across there was Greenwell, who read that ever so well and got a boot in when it mattered most.
Yeah, Lucy Scott's been looking very dangerous, the former Sheffield United player from England. So she's been bringing a lot of experience to this side and been looking very dangerous, obviously, already with 1 goal to her name.
Yes, score of a brace in that 3-0 win against ECU Joondalup in the semi-final on the weekend as well. As Armstrong's ball is a little heavy for Terry. And we'll see a couple more interchanges coming up here shortly. I think it looks as though it'll be Prendergast and Olsthorne who'll get back on the pitch. In fact, it'll be just Olsthorne at this stage, and there'll be one for the University as well, as Alex Lyons comes back on for Erin Armstrong. And Olsthorne will enter the field now. Just confirm who's coming off, and it's Lara Graham who has exited for the time being, so some fresh faces to try and add a little bit of energy.
Yeah, I think Lara Graham's had a great game so far. She's a young player with a great left foot, and it's been looking really dangerous down that wing.
Here's Olsthorne trying to make immediate impact. Denied there by Terry, who was tracking back well. And now the aforementioned Prendergast with those red boots will come onto the field now.
She'll be a welcome sight back on, I think. Her set pieces have been spot on today, and she'll be looking to capitalise on those set pieces again if she does get the opportunity with another corner.
It's been a decisive factor in the game so far. All 3 Phoenix goals have come from dead ball situations. And they'll hope that another one may lead to a 4th and potentially sealing goal here. Terry just runs out of space there over on the far side. Here's Pillera, getting the better of Caffrey. And then the touch was a little too hard, and the fresh Prendergast will cut across. And then doing a good job defensively there.
Yeah, the left winger just used her pace to her advantage there and turned the young right back around, and unfortunately didn't get any delivery into the box. But that's the next step, I think, for UWA, is to capitalise on the chances they get down the ring and get numbers in the box and hopefully some delivery in, because that's where their first goal came from.
So just past the hour mark here at Macedonia Park. Southwest Phoenix 3, UWA Netherlands 1. As the impressive Pillera comes off and the equally impressive Dinsdale comes back on. Player who was really bright in that first half. Those goals, Lucy Scott, Kay Prendergast, Shauna Weatherall and Rebecca Dudek with the answering goal for UWA. All 4 strikes coming in the first half. I wouldn't say the game is quite on a knife edge or in the balance, but it's in that situation where a goal either way will really make it interesting in the case of UWA, or pretty much seal it in the case of the Firebirds. As Carter's got to be alert and off her line to come and gather the free kick, and good strong goalkeeping there.
Yeah, just judged the bounce on that really well and took the contact after the ball. Strong hands, strong core, and into the safe hands.
It was Olsthorne who was showing a little bit of interest in that one, as Dudek looks to roll one forward for Terry. Weatherall cuts that one out, and then the ball over the top has got a bit too much heat on it. It's been a bit of a symptom of the second half in particular, that final pass just lacking from both teams, and that's why we've seen no additions to the scoreline.
Yeah, not as many shots on goal and opportunities in this second half. Obviously the first half was a bit of a goal frenzy and made for great viewership, but yeah, just not that execution of the final ball into the box or in behind for, as you say, either team. So that's something that they'll both be looking to go in this next half an hour or so.
Lovely turn there from Williams. That was the voice of Miranda Templeman, Football West NTC goalkeeper and very soon to be New South Wales Institute of Sport goalkeeper. My name's Tommy Dolman, leading the call with you tonight, live on the Football West YouTube channel and Facebook pages. Great to have your company with us wherever you may be joining us, whether it be in the West or around the country or anywhere else in the world even.
Yeah, the live streaming service by Football West has been a brilliant addition to the league this year, and with the State League Night Series final, but also all the NPL games, and great ball in behind here.
Ball released there for Scott, and Carter was off her line there to sweep that one clear. Yeah, it's something I've really enjoyed doing in particular, covering the women's game in the last couple of years when we've been getting to the grounds and seeing the next up-and-coming players and some of the established W League names involved at the top level of the local competition here, as Prendergast will have a corner at first since coming back on. This one was well cleared on that occasion by Williams. And the counter may be on here for UWA. They've got two ahead of the play here. It was Morgan's pass, though, and there's a University player who's still down at the moment. Play will continue for the time being. Caffrey will play on, though. And now the ball does go out of play. I'm not sure who it was that was caught late there. I think it may have been Dinsdale, but she's back on her feet now and may just receive a little bit of attention from the physio before play continues.
Yeah, hopefully it's just that she's got the wind knocked out of her and not an actual injury, so hopefully she's back on her feet and looking good now.
She didn't want the physio in the end, who half made his way out and then turned back very quickly. Dinsdale very keen to continue on.
Cameo appearance for the trainer.
The players don't like being substituted, do they, Miranda?
No, not at all.
Lions brave with the head. Dinsdale trying to latch onto the pass there. And Anstis, who's swapped sides to this left-back role now. She was on the right earlier in the first half and had a really good running battle with Lara Graham.
Yeah, it's been a great physical battle from both sides in midfield. Very strong in their tackles.
Now, Howden Woodland's got plenty of pace here, and she's leading the attack from Prendergast's pass, but that was a good piece of defending there from Leanne Kane, who was back in defence and sticking to her task. NPLW Night Series action to come, 7:15 p.m. here in the West. Balcatta FC, Murdoch University, Melville. State League Division 1 Women's Night Series action first here. Coming up to the 70-minute mark, Southwest Pheonix 3, UWA Netherlands 1. Brought down on the chest there by Quantale, but good pressure from the other number 13 in Howden Woodland to force the error.
Yeah, I think the stings kind of come out of the game the last few minutes, and that could be a case of fatigue, but either side will be looking to get some pressure and maybe a chance on a goal to liven it up a bit more.
Still very early in the pre-season competition, of course. Both of these leagues, the State League and the NPLW, will get underway after the Easter weekend.
Yeah, Night Series is great competition to prepare the teams for the season, get some minutes in your legs, and have the coaches look at some young players, especially in the NPL with the absence of all the glory players locally. So good to look at some young players and play a bit with the structure of their teams.
Very warm at this time of year for training as well, so a break next weekend would be much welcome, and maybe a little bit of extra time on the training track for the coaches as well, just to fine-tune a couple of things and really hit the ground running fortnight or so. As Dudek looks up, hasn't really got anything she's interested in terms of passing, and she turns it over to Prendergast, who strikes one from range, but that was straight down the throat of Carter.
Yeah, good confidence there from young Prendergast to take on the strike. She looked up and the keeper was well positioned, so didn't have too much of a problem with that.
There's no fear from a lot of these young players, as you'd possibly expect. A lot of raw talent, a lot of ability, and not necessarily always the temperament, but when that temperament's not there and the talent's on show, it can always be a bit of fun.
Yeah, definitely. These young players, it's a great opportunity for them to showcase themselves, and especially being from a regional area, there's a lot of coaches here tonight that will have a look of how they're playing, and a lot of players will move up eventually when they, age out of school, where they'll move up into the city. And
touch from Carter was a little heavy. Scott will step in and surely add a fourth here. She does. Lucy Scott will pretty much wrap this one up now. You'd think she's completed a double, her second in 2 games for the Pheonix, and that's Southwest Pheonix 4, UWA Netherlands 1.
Yeah, disappointing there from the keeper. She's had not too bad of a game. She's made some great saves, and disappointing she just didn't get the footwork right there. And Lucy Scott was jury on the spot and ready to capitalise on it, and she wasn't going to miss from there.
We spoke about the pressing in the first half, which was a real reason as to why the Pheonix started so strongly as they did, and Scott with a little moment of pressing there, which ultimately gives the Pheonix a 4th goal on the night.
Yeah, definitely great pressure there from her, and if you can force that error, it's only a few metres from the goal, so it's the ideal place to win the ball, and they've been doing that great. And I think UWA, to their credit, have been playing well and coping with it well, but it can just be that one execution error that lets you down. And as a goalkeeper, I know all too well that one error does prove costly in most circumstances, and that's what makes it unique to so many positions. There's just so much pressure on your execution of every pass.
Come back to that in a moment as Greenwell clears. So when you are playing in goal, Miranda, and a mistake like that does happen, how do you react, and what do you do as a keeper?
Yeah, I think every keeper's different, but obviously you can't let yourself get caught up in the past and what's happened beforehand, because there's no changing it. So personally, I like to make sure that I'm communicating with my team straight away, and that's my way of staying present in the game. And I'm sure their keeper will have their own way of making sure their head doesn't drop, and she can continue on leading from the back, which is one of the primary roles of a goalkeeper.
So the Pheonix scored double figures twice last season, 6 goals, 5 goals and 4 goals all once. And they've put up another 4 here tonight in the State League Night Series final. A game that reads 4-1. But as you said earlier, Miranda, UWA have been playing pretty good. That final pass just lacking at times, and had it not been for that first blitz initially, they may be doing a little better as they come forward here and look real dangerous. It was Morgan who ghosted into the penalty area, and the shot across goal was wide of Suddy, who could watch that one.
Yeah, definitely. It was unlucky there from UWA because it was good build-up play, and she did get the shot off on goal, but unfortunately just drift wide of the post. But yeah, as you were saying, UWA, I don't think they necessarily deserve to go 4 or 3 goals down now, but yeah, if they can just get that final ball off and fix up some execution errors at the back, then they'd be in this game, and with not too long to go now, but I think they will still be looking to push on and play to the final whistle.
As we touched on before, they were the second top scorers in State League Division 1 last season, so possibly just one of those nights as well where things haven't quite worked out against a Southwest side, who started really positively and have essentially carried that on for the majority of the evening as Howden Woodland looks to charge forward. She passed that straight into the knee of Scott, who wasn't able to react, apologies, and UWA are able to come away once more.
Yeah, good build up there from the right wing, and unfortunately just again that final pass, they couldn't find the run of any of the players looking to get on behind, but is promising signs for the season. I think that's what Night Series is all about, is playing with and experimenting with your team style, and there's a lot of promising signs that UWA can take out of tonight's game if they don't end up getting back into the game.
One of those things that UWA will be looking to get going again is their home form from last season. They won 5 and drew 3 of their 8 home games in 2020, so they were a very strong home team, and they were actually in and amongst it for the majority of the campaign until going 3 games without a win and at the back end of the campaign. Just 1 win in the final 4, and put paid to their chances of winning the title once and for all. But as you've said, Miranda, there's been enough signs here in terms of the build-up play, and possibly with a little work at the set pieces, they will feel confident that they can compete again in season 2021, and they may yet just have something to say in this game as well, as Quintale will look up, try and pick out a pass, can't do so. Alsthorne will turn and try and release the ball for Scott. Quintale is in position A at the moment, but Scott is lurking and will try and get in behind, but that's really good strength there from the defender to muscle her opponent off the ball, and that was easy for Carter to gather.
Yeah, good chase there by Lucy Scott when you thought she couldn't get the opportunity on goal.
Now Alsthorne will slide her way in, and she'll add a 5th. Wonderful finish there from Savannah Alsthorne, who capitalises on a turnover out of the University defence and killed that one beautifully into the corner of the net. Southwest Pheonix 5, UWA Netherlands 1.
Yeah, great finish there from the striker. They saw the keeper was out of position slightly with the turnover and just placed it perfectly onto the keeper's right-hand side, and there's not much she can do about it. It is difficult one where you get caught out your positioning. Is often when keepers do get caught out is when you transition the ball from BP to BPO, and you're not expecting it. So it's difficult, and you have to adjust your position very quickly, which unfortunately keeper wasn't able to do in time there. And as I say, the shot was very well placed.
Yeah, there was still a lot for her to do there, Alsthorne, but she made it look very easy. And even if Carter had been in the right position, it would have been a difficult one to save. So Pheonix have 5 on the board here. And UWA still playing in good spirits here, and Bright Dinsdale will come forward, look up for Piastra, who's back on the pitch and shows a lovely turn of foot there to get away from Prendergast, and across from Dinsdale was charged down by the midfielder. Williams looks for Terry on the far side, and the ball forward will give Scott something to chase once more, and Scott gets there first, and she's in a race now. Carter hesitates off her line, and Carter backpedaled and did really well to make the save, which looked as if it was going into the top corner from here. Yeah,
brilliant save there from Carter, and as you say, hesitated a bit on that through ball, but then made up for it, dropped back quickly and got in ready and set for that shot, and she dealt with it beautifully.
Difficult one, isn't it, when you're trying to make the decision? Do you come out? Do you not? Do you hesitate? And making that decision, it can be the difference, can't it, between conceding a goal and a good save, and that's what happened.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that every decision you make as a goalkeeper is crucial when you see one of the UWA players limping off here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she did well there to recover because her initial instinct was go, and it can be so hard to judge that square ball through.
Erin Armstrong comes back on the pitch, and that was Dinsdale. In fact, it was Quantail, apologies. Prendergast's cross comes in. Weatherall was up and jumping for the header, but ball goes behind for a goal kick. Last touch was off the Pheonix number 14.
Yeah, Shauna Weatherall did well to get up there and contest that header. It was a bit behind her, which is probably the reason she couldn't get as much power and direction on it as she would have liked, but great contest there from an experienced player.
Another change here for the Firebirds. Alessia Riches will come on for the final stages here, replacing Maya Sutton. Here's Kiastra. Charge forward, unchallenged for the time being. Cuts inside. Good dribbling there, and then the ball through, and arriving at the back post was Terry. Now if she can bring this under control, she's got players in the middle, but first touch just escaped her, and behind it went for a goal kick, but it was a lovely piece of play from Kiastra, who came inside and then looked to release Terry with a wonderful pass.
Yeah, great vision there to switch it across the field and see Terry there open on the right wing. Unfortunately, as you say, the first touch led her down there. Instead of cutting across that player, she just took it in behind.
Now the releasing ball for Graham is put into touch by Dudek, who was tracking back. Changes coming thick and fast here as we enter the final 10 minutes. And it'll be Lucy Scott who comes off to a warm round of applause from the Pheonix fans. Very lively player.
Yeah, she's had a great game. She'll be proud of everything she brought to the pitch, and a double today, I think, for her. And she brings a lot of experience to this young side, and I'm sure is mentoring a lot of these young players, and they'll be very grateful to have all of her experience and knowledge be passed down.
4 in 2 games now for former Sheffield United striker. She scored 2. The other goals for Kai Prendergast, for Savannah Alsthorne, and for Shauna Weatherall. And here they come again, looking for a 6 possibly. It was Howden Woodland who was arriving late into the 6-yard box. And behind it goes for a set piece.
Yeah, looking dangerous again there off their press, the Firebirds, and when they turn it over, they're looking to capitalise quite quickly, and they've got another set piece out of this, which they're always dangerous on.
Prendergast again will stand this one up. It's a dangerous one towards the penalty spot. It'll run all the way through for Graham, who will get there first and has time to turn. Will opt to go the right foot instead of a preferred left, and in the end it was a turnover, and the speedy Terry is off and running to the races here. She's got 2 alongside her at the moment. She's one-on-one with Mella. Terry with plenty of confidence to bolt down that right channel, but Mella stuck to her task and did a really good job in defending that situation.
Yeah, definitely. It was a lively run there from Terry down the right wing, but I think as UWA will go into these last stages, trailing by 4, they'll be looking to take a few more risks and not play out of the back as they have done earlier in the game.
Here's Terry again, who puts the cross in. I think the last touch was off the defender Mella, and it was, and UWA will have the opportunity to try and pull another goal back here.
Yeah, UWA will definitely be looking to lock it in their half now. They need to get a lot of possession in the front third in order to try and get anything back into this game.
Williams' corner stood up, a dangerous one at the 6-yard box. It nearly ran all the way through for Dudek. Still dangerous for the moment until Mella swung a boot at it, and now Howden Woodland will try and use her pace to get away here. She's 1-on-2 at the moment. Prendergast is arriving with support. Howden Woodland went on her own. It still might be here for the Pheonix forward, but in the end it was numbers that won the day.
Yeah, she did well to run in behind there. That heavy touch across the striker opened it up for her, but great recovery run, and the 2v1, as you'd expect, ended up playing out for UWA, and they were able to recover from that.
Still plenty of opportunities to take some things out of this pre-season fixture despite the scoreline. And here's Howden Woodland here looking to get on the score sheet, and the toe poke just trickled wide of the upright. A lot of pacey players in this Firebirds front three in particular.
Yeah, you can definitely see the young legs coming through at the end of this game and outpacing some of the defenders, which is creating a few problems for both sides, is the pace of the wingers.
And how much of a difference does it make, Miranda, when you do have those players who can be so damaging on the counter-attack, but you've also got the ball players like your Weatheralls, your Prendergasts, and these players where you can be adaptable, you can play a multitude of different styles over the course of a 90 minutes and keep the opponent guessing.
Yeah, definitely. It's great to have that balance of, damaging strikers that you can always rely on to get a ball in behind, but then you can't be playing balls in the top for your fast players every minute of the game because they'll just run out of gas. So it's great to have that balance of players that can, at the back, keep the ball, such as their captain, Weatherall, can be confident in keeping the ball around the back and play the ball around, which they've done quite well today.
Throw in here. Pheonix, last touch was off a UWA body. Into the final 5 minutes now. Southwest Pheonix 5, UWA Netherlands 1. No doubt about the result of this one now. Pheonix will win this one pretty comfortably. Started like a house on fire and never looked back really, despite UWA pulling one back late in that first half. They did have a good period either side of the interval, but that final pass just not quite there at times as Dinsdale tries to make something happen and tries to give UWA fans something to cheer about, but Caffrey sticking to her task really well. And now Prendergast will look up and try and pick up Graham. Graham and Anstis in a foot race. Anstis gets there first and puts into touch. First three fixtures for UWA Netherlands. They play away at Armidale first and then a rematch of tonight's game at the UWA Sports Park against the Pheonix. We spoke about that home form a moment or so ago. They'll be hoping to channel a little bit of that for that game after tonight's results. Third and final game is away at Perth AFC as the shot is charged down. It nearly broke into the path of Ulsthorne.
Yeah.
Slung out and away for a throw-in by Erin Armstrong.
There's a great ball there from Shauna Weatherall from the back just to switch that play through the referee, who luckily got out of the way, but switch that play and the point of attack to give them the opportunity for that shot on goal.
Phoenix's first three games are at home to Guelph, away at UWA Netherlands, as we touched on before, and then at home to Stirling Macedonia. Ball over the top is something for Williams to chase. Sutty links up with Weatherall.
You can see the confidence that Weatherall has in Sutty there, playing the ball back to her, and she knows that she'll be able to handle any of the pressure that's oncoming.
Now the Pheonix are charging forward and looking to possibly add a sixth here. Dudek is trying to shield the ball back to her goalkeeper and does a really good job. Got the shout from her keeper. That communication that you spoke about a little earlier, Miranda.
Yeah, it's so important there for the keeper to communicate, and it can cause all sorts of tricky situations there when there's a miscommunication between the defender and goalkeeper, but good communication, early call there, and was able to clean up the situation.
So 89 minutes on the clock, a full moon in the background of this picturesque setting here at Macedonia Park. UWA Netherlands trying to bag themselves a consolation here as the switch goes out to Terry, and it's put into touch there by Gibo. women's NPL Night Series final still to come. Balcatta FC versus Murdoch University Melville, 7:15 p.m. kickoff here in the West. And in this game, it's Southwest Pheonix 5, UWA Netherlands 1. As we approach the 90-minute mark of this one, Miranda, just get you to give us your final thoughts of this one, given that we are into added time now.
Yeah, I think Southwest Pheonix definitely deserve their win today. They've been dangerous up front and well structured at the back, but I think both sides can take positives out of today's game, and looking forward into the season, which is the real purpose of Night Series, is to have a look at your squad. And I've been very impressed with the way that both teams have tried to play the ball around and play some good football, keep the ball on the deck.
Dinsdale's cross nearly broke for Terry at the back post. UWA fighting till the very end, but the cross there will go out of play from Pillar, I think, who's on that far side. It was. Steve Sussy has a chat with the substitutes on the bench, no doubt congratulating them on a good result tonight.
Yeah, a win in Night Series can give a team so much confidence going into the season, and they'll should be really, really impressed and proud of the way they performed tonight. They've pressed really well and kept the ball when they needed to.
Throw in for the Pheonix here. Libby Caldwell has a little look at the watch. Not long left in this one at all. But now this may well be the final attack of the 90 minutes. Ball goes forward. Greenwell clears away. It'll come back through. Howden Woodland was lurking, and now Castro will look up. Greenwell will clear away again. Sicoccio tried to help it around the corner, but that'll do it. That's full time here at Macedonia Park. It's the Pheonix who start their season on a real high here, a 5-star performance and a 5-1 win to kickstart their 2021 campaign. 2 goals for Lucy Scott, single strikes for Kay Prendergast, for Savannah Alsthorne, and for Shauna Weatherall as well. A 3-goal blitz at the start of the first half gave them the launch pad that they needed. UWA Netherlands came into the game as it wore on, adjusted to the conditions, got the better of the Pheonix's press on a couple of occasions and pulled one back through Rebecca Dudek, and then had a spell early in the second half where they weren't quite able to find that final ball, and ultimately the Pheonix were able to score 2 goals in the second half to kill off the contest, bag 5 goals and record what will be a pretty convincing scoreline, and a great way for them to start off the season, Miranda.
Yeah, definitely. You can see the girls are really excited, and it's always great to get your hands on some silverware, and they'll be very excited to lift the trophy as a team together, and as a team from the region. There's a lot of driving up and driving down, so I'm sure it's a very close-knit and bonded group, and it'll be a great experience for them to share together.
Certainly makes the journey home a lot easier as well when you have got a cup to join you on the bus. Yeah,
for sure, and it's a long drive back. I think Nicole said they're driving back tonight, so a lot of the players will have work or school in the morning, so it's a great story to tell at school for the young 15-year-old players.
As the Pheonix girls come to the bench here, so a warm round of applause from the crowd here at Macedonia Park. Plenty of high fives and plenty of excitement, no doubt. League winners last season, and they've started the march towards potential league success in 2021 again with a piece of silverware to kick off the season. Plenty of positives though for Lawrence Lewis and his team to take. They had a couple of good spells either side of half-time and certainly played their part in what was an entertaining game.
Pheonix Football Club for winning the 2021 Women's State League Night series final.
So full time here at Macedonia Park. Southwest Pheonix 5, UWA Netherlands 1. We'll be back shortly with Balcatta FC and Murdoch University Melville at 7:15 p.m. Western Time, the MPLW Night Series final.
Before match officials, please come forward to collect their medals first, starting with your on-field referee tonight, Liddy Caldwell.
But before that, we'll cross down to Sean Fry with the presentations. We'll be back with you for the Night Series final of the MPLW very shortly.
Your second assistant, Rhiannon Dia. And tonight's fourth official, Diana Reeves. We'll now invite both teams forward to collect their medallions. We will start with our runners-up, starting with number 15, Alexandra Lyons. Number 8, Bridget Morgan. Number 11, Cassandra Greenwell. Number 13, Cassidy Quantrill. Number 3, Danelle Terry. Number 16, Danielle Manastra. Number 4, Alicia Anstis. Number 12, Emily Dinsdale. Number 7, Erin Armstrong. Number 14, Helene Williams. Number 6, Jacqueline Chiastra. Number 5, Jessica Pilera. Number 9, Leanne Kane. Number 17, Rebecca Dudek. Number 10, Rebecca Sococcio. And number 1, Tori Carter. I would also like to invite the members of the UWA Netherlands coaching staff to come forward and collect their medallions. And now, could our winners please come forward, the Southwest Pheonix, to collect their medals, starting with number 1, Nicole Saki. Number 3, Mara Graham. Number 4, Grace Miller. Number 5, Harry Caffrey. Number 6, Kai Anna Prendergast. Number 7, Savannah Ulstorn. Number 8, Alicia Richards. Number 9, Ava Richards. Number 10, Kasia Mellor. Number 11, Lucy Scott. Number 12, Maya Sutton. Number 13, Sally Howden Woodland. Number 15, Annalise Gibaud. And tonight, Vice Captain number 14, Shauna Weatherall. I'd also like to welcome the Pheonix coaching staff forward to collect their medallions. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our 2021 Women's State League Night Series champion, the Southwest Pheonix.